Good evening and welcome to the campus of Urbana High School as we're set for a Big 12 Conference showdown, a crosstown rivalry between the Champaign Central Maroons and your Urbana Tigers. The Tigers coached by David Dunlap, and on the field for Urbana, you'll see number 0, Hannah Null, number 2, Stephanie Ruiz, Vanessa Ramon Calderon wearing number 8, number 10, America Marino Duran, Kara Munro at number 11, Ashley Gilbert number 13, number 16 is Allie Henches, Molly Sweeney at 17, 28 Rebecca Owen, and 30 Jessley Munka will meet the Champaign Central Maroons as the game goes forth here. We are underway, a warm spring day here in Urbana, high of 76 today and very sunny right now as a 6 o'clock game time for this one. And a little bit of wind up here on the press box, but you got to imagine it's got to be just about perfect down there as we see the Tigers scoop that one up. The Champaign Central Maroons in white, your Urbana Tigers in black. And it looks like Ramon Calderon is down on the field. I'm Jason Liggett, and on camera this evening is Joshua Clay. We appreciate him coming to Urbana High School and helping us out. And just 49 seconds into this one, and trainer comes out, as does Coach Dunlap, to take a look at Vanessa Ramon Calderon. And looks like number 20, Yetzirelli Badillo Costa, is in for the Tigers. Just 49 seconds into this game. Urbana on the defensive here early on in the first period. Owen knocked that one out for the Tigers, and inbounding it there for the Maroons was Catherine Storsford. Kitty Rosso down there for the Maroons as well. And here's Storfstead tossing it in. Urbana breaks that one up. Seems like Central might be a little bit more aggressive early on here in the first half. Owen tosses that over to Munka, and Munka a header, and that one's going to go out of play there. Padillo Acosta, the last one to touch that for the Tigers. Audrey Larson on the field for the Maroons. She tossed that one in. Rosso with the ball now, and Rosso dribbling up the field. Trying to break that up is Urbana's Molly Sweeney, and she does just that to get it to the goalie. Can't quite tell who is the goalkeeper tonight for the Tigers. Jessley Munka trying to get something going for Tigers, but she's surrounded by the Champaign Central Maroons. Munka comes up with it. She goes in the backfield. Stephanie Ruiz for the Tigers. Shot on the goal is just wide. So real good attempt there from Stephanie Ruiz to try to get an early goal here for Urbana, but to no avail. Still scoreless. 3 minutes and 40 seconds into this soccer match between the Urbana Tigers and the Champaign Central Maroons. Haley Hartleb, the goalkeeper for the Maroons, I believe. And that'll be out of bounds on Urbana. Inbounding it here for Champaign is Audrey Larson. Storfset gets a header on that one. Urbana in control. Dio Acosta kicks it upfield to a Stephanie Ruiz. Ruiz over to Munka. Munka now looks to the middle. And off to the side. The Tigers looking to get something going. But Champaign Central trying to bring it up. Here's Munka again. She has a shot on the goal. Sails wide. So no real action for the Champaign Central goalkeeper as of yet. He's had to chase down a couple of balls that have sailed wide of the goal. Now Champaign Central with the kick here. 34-49 left to play in this first half. Central advances that ball. A nice kick there from number 41, Bella Ortiz. And Ortiz dribbling this down the field for the Maroons. That's broken up by Urbana. Coming up with it is Sweeney. Sweeney passes it ahead to Badillo Acosta. Badillo Acosta in this game early, as we saw Ramon Calderon go down with an injury already. Tigers on the right side, kicking it to the middle. It's broken up by Champaign Central. Tigers going to have it once again. A prime opportunity here. And a goal! Urbana strikes first. The Tigers with an early goal here. That coming at the 6 minute and 6 second mark into this one. So 33-54 left here, and I believe that will be an Urbana goal. Not too sure what the controversy was there, but the refs getting together. They haven't marked it on the scoreboard yet, but there we go. So Urbana up 1-0 early on here in the first half of this one. We're at Blackman Field. Jason Liggett with you. Joshua Clay on the camera. On the campus of Urbana High School. Of course, this field named after former Urbana soccer coach Randy Blackman. He coached boys soccer for, I believe 25 years, and girls soccer for a number of years as well. Tremendous success with both teams. Champaign Central scoops that one up. They pass it ahead to try to find Ortiz. It's broken up by the Tigers. That one out of play on the Champaign Central Maroons, so will be Urbana ball here. Just under 33 minutes left in the first half. They toss that in. The Maroons come up with it. Urbana fighting for this ball, but the Maroons have something going here. Elaine Summers tries to find Ortiz right there. Ortiz rushing ahead, but broken up by some good Tiger defense. We appreciate you watching this presentation of Urbana High School sports, whether that's online at youtube.com/UPTV6, or if you're watching Saturday night on Urbana Public Television, Comcast Xfinity Channel 6 and 1096, i3 Broadband Channel 6, AT&T Uverse Channel 99, and of course on our website, urbanapublictelevision.org. We stream this on livestream.com/Urbana. It's also available on the live stream channel on Roku and Apple television devices. Tigers with possession here. Kick that in the middle of the field, and Central comes up with it. They pass it ahead to Kitty Rosso. It's broken up by the Tigers. Caitlin Schwartz went for the header there, and we hear the whistle blow. And we'll see what this one's about. Looks like it will be a Tiger ball here. And that's Kara Monroe kicking it for Urbana. Rosso kicking it ahead for the Maroons, and the Tigers trying to get back on the offensive side of things, and they kick it out of play, so it will be Central ball here with 30 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the first half. The Tigers have the lead 1-0 as they score about 6 minutes into this one. And Central looking to get that one to Storsved, and it's broken up by the Tigers. Urbana need to get that out of there just a little bit quicker, unable to do so. Ortiz comes up with it, and Ortiz now battling with Monroe. Going to be Champaign Central ball once again here. Kitty Rosso with a corner kick here for the Maroons. Prime opportunity to score for Central, and not able to do so. Not yet anyway. Central still in control of that one. It goes bouncing off Urbana, I believe. And that is the case as we see Kitty Rosso running over to do a corner kick from the other direction. Grayson Alexander waiting right in front of the goal. And that one goes sailing over, so Urbana escapes that one. And still lead by one, 28-15. Left here in the first half. The Tigers up 1-0. This is our first and only Tigers girls soccer broadcast this spring. Schedule just worked out. We've got 3 or 4 softball games and 4 or 5 baseball games and just one girls soccer game as it turns out. But certainly going to have a good time here tonight, and we appreciate putting these girls in the spotlight here on Urbana Public Television and the Tigers Media Network. There's Rebecca Owen kicking this upfield to Jesley Munka. Munka now going to look ahead to number 3. That's Allison Perez-Brasino. And That's going to be out of play on the Tigers, so it will be Champaign Central ball here. And tossing in for the Maroons is Larson, Audrey Larson. That's broken up by Munka with a header, and another header by Champaign Central. Tigers battling for it, and going to be out of play, I guess, on the Tigers. I was thinking that might be on the Maroons. It is on the Maroons there. Rebecca Owen was going up to the ball, but now we see inbounding this for the Tigers is number 8, Vanessa Ramon Calderon. Good to see her back in the ball game after sitting down after just 19 seconds or so. It was pretty early on in the game where she got injured, went to the sideline, maybe just a little bit shooken up. She seems to be moving pretty well out there right now. Kara Munro knocks that one out of play, so it will be Champaign Central ball. For a complete schedule of all Urbana athletics teams, you can visit il.8to18.com/Urbana. Click on the athletics tab and pick your sport, boys or girls, a little bit of everything there, and you can see all the schedules for this season and seasons to come. Owen tossing this one in to Ramon Calderon, and that one going to be trouble. Just a little bit over the reach of Jessley Munka, and Champaign Central gets the ball here. Rebecca Owen moves that ball forward for the Tigers. Cannot connect with Perez Brasino, and it will be Central ball here. Audrey Larson tossing it in for the Maroons. Larson trying to find Grayson Alexander there. Does not, but the Maroons kick this forward. It's going to be broken up by number 7 from the Urbana Tigers. Rebecca Owen tries to get something going, and that's deflected off of Grayson Alexander. Owen tosses this one in. Finds Perez Brasino. Perez Brasino with a header, and another header there from Munka. The Tigers rolling now. It goes back to number 7 for the Tigers, and broken up once again by the Champaign Central Maroons. We're at midfield now and going back and forth. Tigers in control. They advance the ball past to Munka. Munka battling now. She turns around. She has control of it. She gives a boot off to the left, and chasing that one down, but not in time, is the Tigers offense. So Tigers looking to put together a run there, but not quite quick enough, as it will be Champaign Central ball at the 23:39 mark left in the first half. Tigers still up 1-0. We saw an early goal from Urbana, and they're retaining this 1-0 lead. Be sure to follow Urbana Athletics on Twitter. It's at Athletics Urbana. For all sorts of updates throughout the school year on a variety of sports here at Urbana High School. Athletic Director Steve Waller does a nice job of updating that. Here comes Champaign Central. See if the Tigers can break it up, and they do just that. Grayson Alexander for the Maroons. Kicks it over and tries to find Rosso, but that's broken up by the Tigers. And it looks like Tiger player goes down. I think she's just shooken up a little bit. Don't think she's injured. Didn't quite catch what was going on there, whether it was a shin that caught her or just the ball caught her and knocked the wind out of her. But looks like Coach David Dunlap and the Urbana Tigers trainer on their way out to the far side of the field. Far side for them, that is. hope that everything's okay here. So the clock stops. 17 minutes and 24 seconds into the first half. We got 22:36 remaining here. The Tigers are up 1-0. They scored in around the 6-minute mark here. Jason Liggett with you alongside our camera operator Joshua Clay. A beautiful spring evening here in Urbana, Illinois. I bet we're still in the mid-70s here. A nice breeze on top of the press box and plenty of sunshine. And she's up and walking around, so that's a good sign for Urbana. Of course, they'll bring in a sub right now. She's certainly not ready to play yet. So a couple of injury scares in the first half here for Urbana, but everything seems to be okay. We saw Vanessa Ramon Calderon go down within the first minute of play. She's already been back on the field and remains on the field right now. Then number 7 for the Tigers down right now, but she's walking pretty good. A little bit of a limp there as she walks past the scoreboard. David Dunlap running across the field. Going to stop and talk to his Tigers before heading over to the bench. Central trying to fake out the Tigers' defense there, as we saw number 2, Catherine Storfsted, fake him out to leave Claudia Larison with the shot on the goal, but that sails just wide. Tigers not feeling any threat just yet. Have some subs coming in for Urbana. See Stephanie Ruiz back in the game for the Tigers. Kara Munro gets that for the Tigers. It goes off Rebecca Owen and out of bounds. Inbounding this is Storfsted for the Maroons. As the Maroons trail by 1 here, 21:38 left in the first half. It's a 1-0 ball game. Kara Munro gets to kick this one again, the senior for the Urbana Tigers. They advance the ball upfield. It's broken up by the Maroons. Jessie Munka going after it for the Tigers, and coming away is Claudia Larison. There's Rebecca Owen. Knocks that one out of play, and the Maroons gonna reset right here. A header from Rachel Gatewood in the game now for the Tigers. Header from Owen. And here's Storfsted. Storfsted knocks it into Alexander. Alexander in the corner. And Urbana come away with that one. Shot on the goal. Sails wide. Munro's kick broken up by Kitty Rosso. Ball out of play. Far side will be Central ball here. The Tigers doing everything they can battle defensively to do. And knocked out of play once again by Urbana. Here's Larison. That's broken up by Urbana. They advance it to Stephanie Ruiz. Ruiz being chased down, and the ball gets taken away by Storfsted. Storfsted now kicks it over to Larson, and we have a whistle there. And going to be a kick here from Central. And another whistle there as we see Gatewood gets caught up with Grayson Alexander of the Maroons. There's Rebecca Owen kicking that for the Tigers. Maroons in control now after a header. And now we have a white kick. So another whistle. 3 whistles within the course of about 30 seconds here, if that, at Blackman Field. Back and forth the possession arrow goes, if you will. And there's Audrey Larson. Here's Ruiz. Ruiz tries to get rid of it in a hurry, does that, but goes out of play, and it will be Champaign Central Maroon ball there on the sideline. Ramon Calderon kicks that one high off of a defender. Here's Larison. Larison advances that ball over to Storfsted, and Rebecca Owen going to toss it into Jessley. Believe that's going to be Champaign Central ball down there. Tough for us to see at our vantage point. So we, on one side of the field, we have a light pole that sometimes gives us interference. The other side, we have the other press box that sometimes gives us interference. So we'll do our best to call all the action that we can. It's going to be Urbana ball down there in the close corner. And a header out of play by Storfsted. So Urbana ball once again there in the corner. Tigers have a corner kick here. See what they can come up with. They've got 4 in front of the goal. Ready to act should the ball reach them. Here comes the kick. And a nice, that was a very good opportunity for the Tigers. Not able to do anything with it there. Tigers back in the corner again. They get it right in the middle, see who gets to it first, and unfortunately it is the Champaign Central Maroons. So a couple of close calls there. Urbana could have positioned themselves well to add on to their lead. They lead 1-0 right now. Another whistle blown here. 15:42 left in the first half. The Tigers up 1-0. Jason Liggett with you. Our camera operator tonight is Joshua Clay. Joshua doing a nice job, and we appreciate him being here at Urbana High School. Naomi Gillette for Central kicking that one. Good header there from the Tigers. Rebecca Owen rushes to defend the offender in that case there. Not able to come away with it. Here's Gatewood with the takeaway, but we do have a whistle. Going to be white ball here in favor of the Champaign Central Maroons. This is Claudia Larison now. She kicks it. Center field there and broken up by the Tigers. I believe that's number 8, Vanessa Ramon Calderon. Fighting for it for the Tigers now is America Marino Duran. She advances the ball. Both the Maroons break that up. Tigers getting aggressive here. There's Kara Munro now, and she advances the ball. Here come Tigers. They're kicking it towards the center. Back and forth action here. See if she can chase this one down, and she does just that. She wants to get it back to the middle of the field or another Tiger offensive player. It's broken up by the Maroons. But here's Kara Munro, and that's broken up by Ortiz. Here comes Bella Ortiz for the Maroons. She advances that ball. It's a race to get to it. May have a shot on the goal, and no whistle there. We see, I think that's Gatewood collide with the Champaign Central Maroon player, who is lying face down at this point. So the clock stopped, 13:44 remaining here in the first half. Tigers still up 1-0. So back up on her feet and walking over to the bench, that's number 15, Elaine Summers. She had a chance at the goal there, but that was broken up by Gatewood and the Urbana Tigers. Here's Kara Munro, 5'9" senior. Wait for some substitutes here on both sides of the ball. Dunlap subbing in 4. Looks like the Maroons subbing in 1. So some fresh legs on the field for Coach Dunlap and the Urbana Tigers. That one goes off the backside of number 3, Ella Caston. Urbana going downfield here to Stephanie Ruiz. Ruiz trying to get something going. Ruiz with the shot on the goal, and that's broken up by Champaign Central. So good effort there by Ruiz, but a number of Champaign Central Maroons surround her, and the goalkeeper comes up with that save. Going to be a corner kick here for the Tigers. Not quite high enough, I don't think. That one's broken up by the Maroons and goes back out of play. That's Catherine Storfsed of the Maroons breaks that one up, and the Tigers going to try it again here. Toss that one in, and I think it's going to be Champaign Central ball, as we heard the whistle blow there. So 12:21 left to play here in the first half. The Tigers up by 1. Each team has had a few opportunities to score some more goals, but not able to do so. We look back at this first half and think how lucky the Tigers were able to do so just 6 minutes into this first half. Low-scoring game up to this point, which is what you tend to see, a lot of times. These crosstown rivalry, pretty evenly matched teams. They each have their own advantages and disadvantages, but thus far I think it's been a pretty evenly matched. Time of possession, don't have that, but if I'm guessing, it's pretty even here. Tigers up 1-0, 11:27 left to play here in the first half. Champaign Central has control of the ball. Tigers go to break that up. Gatewood gets in the way. Some good defensive plays from Gatewood here of the Urbana Tigers. Kara Munro knocks that out of play by the Tigers bench. So going to toss it in is Leah Courtney for the Maroons. She tosses ahead to Cecilia Allen. And now it's going to be Ortiz, Bella Ortiz, tossing in for the Maroons. Tigers have an opportunity to get away. Not sure if they wanted to kick it that way because right there is number 21, Allen, for the Maroons. Will be Urbana ball here. Cara Munro going back to kick this one for Urbana. We're at the 10-minute mark. 10 minutes left here in the first half. Jumping up to try to get the header on that one was Rosso. She's unable to get it, but the Maroons control this ball. Bella Ortiz races to the sideline, but not able to come up with that. It's going to be Urbana ball here as we see Munro going over to the sideline to toss this one in. See where Munro looks to advance this ball to. It's going to be out of play once again on the Champaign Central Maroons. We'll try this again. Here's Cara Munro tossing it in. Finding a hole right there. Good header hit and a kick there from the Maroons. And once again breaking that up and knocking it out of play is Kitty Rosso. Rosso, a middle infielder, junior this year. Here come the Tigers. They advance the ball to Stephanie Ruiz. Ruiz now going downfield. Good chance. See if Ruiz shot on the goal. And yes! As Stephanie Ruiz scores the second goal for the Urbana Tigers, they take a 2-0 lead. That's coming at the 31-minute, 14-second mark into the first half. Just 8:46 remaining here, and the Tigers extend their lead by 1. It's a 2-0 lead now for the Urbana Tigers. Seen a lot of back and forth action. Everybody getting involved here on both teams. Here comes Perez Brasino for the Tigers. And it's going to be Urbana ball. Tossing this one is Munro once again. Here's Cara. Over there for Champaign Central is Elaine Summers trying to break things up. Of course, Elaine had that shot on the goal earlier and then left the game after she took a spill. Good to see her back in the game. And this could spell trouble for Urbana. Luckily, the goalkeeper runs right out and scoops that one up. I believe that's Hannah Knoll back there. Freshman for the Tigers. Rachel Gatewood kicking this and advancing it upfield for Urbana. Central going to break things up and tosses it over to Storfsted. Storfsted knocks that one out of play, and see who's going to toss this in. It's Gatewood. Gatewood advances it upfield. She was looking for Allie Hinches, and Allie ducks underneath that one, so going to try this again with Rachel Gatewood. Gatewood once again looking for Allie. That's broken up by the Maroons. Going to be a white ball there. I think there was an illegal throw there. There's Storfsted. Senior Gatewood tosses that one in. Broken up by the Maroons. And chasing that one down is Catherine Storfsted, the senior for Champaign Central. She kicks it over with a shot on the goal and hits the back side of the net. Kara going to kick this one. Broken up again by Storfset. And 4 substitutes coming in for Coach Dunlap's Tigers. Allie Hinch is taking a seat. Also is Allison Perez-Bursino getting a breather. We see Jessley Munka back in the game for the Tigers. And Central, good shot, but not able to come up with anything. Tossing that one right in front of the goal was Kitty Rosso. And there to take a shot on the goal was Cecilia Allen. Allen just got a little bit ahead of that ball and knocks it out of play. So the Tigers get lucky on that one with 5:12 left here in the first half. Urbana leads 2-0 over Champaign Central. Here's Jessley now. Jessley fencing the ball up the field. She's dribbling up the field. Kicks it, but that one's broken up by Champaign Central Maroons. They knock that one out of play, and it will be Urbana ball. Rebecca Owen, I think, gonna inbound this one perhaps. She's standing on the sideline waiting for the ball, and it will be Rebecca Owen. Rebecca, 5'9" senior for the Tigers. She gets the ball right back, gives it a big boot. Center of the field, a header hit there by the Maroons, Caitlin Schwartz. First time we called Caitlin's name. She's a middle infielder, junior for the Champaign Central Maroons. Owen looks to advance that ball again. Champaign Central Maroons goalie scoops it up. That one over the head of Molly Sweeney, and Central with a prime opportunity here. Cara Munro trying to chase that one down. We do have a flag. Now the Maroons take a shot on the goal. It goes in. I'm not entirely sure if that's a goal or not. We do have a flag here. We'll see. I think there might be a penalty before the shot on the goal. We'll see what referees come up with. And they say no goal, so Champaign Central thinks that they scored, but no, they don't. The game remains a 2-0 Urbana lead. 3:40 left to play here in the first half. So that shot on Cara Munro was the issue, and the coach for the Champaign Central wants an explanation, and referees giving them just that. So some chatter coming from the crowd now, as expected. Whenever there's a controversial play of sorts or a goal that they thought was scored didn't end up being counted. So Urbana still leads 2-0, and the referees want to talk something over once again. Owen kicks this one up the field. It's broken up by Champaign Central. Trying to chase that one down for the Tigers is America Marino Duran. She's unable to do so. Now it's Munro trying to chase it down. Here come the Maroons. Some fancy footwork there by number 12, Claudia Larison. And she's not able to come up with anything there. Going to be a corner kick here for Central. 3 minutes remaining in this first half, as the shadows have become long on the field. The sun peeking out over the treetops here in Urbana. Corner kick there. Good opportunity for the Maroons, not able to do something with it. Will be Urbana ball. 2.5 minutes remaining here. Cara Munro going to kick this for Urbana. And we've got a whistle going on here. And a yellow card assessed. And chasing that one down for the Tigers was Stephanie Ruiz, but broken up by number 17, Audrey Larson of the Champaign Central Maroons. It's going to be Urbana ball here on the side. And we're going to see another yellow card assessed here. And I think that's going to be against Caitlin Swartz of the Maroons. So just 1:19 remaining here in the first half. Urbana up 2-0. Larson advances that ball for the Maroons. Tigers get in the way here. Here's Owen. Owen with a nice move there. She boots that downfield. And that's going to be out on Larson. Owen's going to toss this one in as the Tigers are moving now, looking to add to their lead. Here's another one from Owen. And she connects with Jessley Munka. Munka gets in the center of the field. Here come the Tigers. Shot on goal over the head, and yes! Goal for the Urbana Tigers, and they're going to take a 3-0 lead. Just 42 seconds remaining here in the first half, and you could really see Rebecca Owen rushing the Tigers offense there, and they responded. Another shot on the goal goes above the head of the Champaign Central goalie, so the Tigers with a comfortable 3-0 lead that they will want to take into halftime. So just 42 seconds left here. See if the Maroons can come up with anything. But Tigers really pushing defensively here. There's Gatewood advancing the ball. And trying to chase that one down is number 17, Larson. Larson advances that ball for the Maroons, and it goes back to Larson. And just with 18 seconds remaining here, a nice move from the Urbana Tigers, Ruiz. Ruiz now going to play defense a little bit. It goes to Jessley Munka. Here come the Tigers, just 4 seconds remaining, and shot on the goal just bounces in and a little wide, scooped up by the Champaign Central Maroons. So the Tigers score 3 times in the first half. We're headed to halftime here at Blackman Field. It's 3-0 in favor of your Urbana Tigers. And we are set for another 40 minutes of high school soccer action here at Blackman Field. Jason Liggett with you once again as we welcome you into the second half of this one. It's the Urbana Tigers with the lead 3-0 over the Champaign Central Maroons. And if you're Coach David Dunlap there at halftime, I assume you want just about more of the same from the Tigers. Some key plays at key times. Both teams did a good job of advancing the ball on either side of the field. Time of possession was fairly even, favored the Tigers a little bit more, but especially early on, the Maroons were pretty aggressive, had a couple shots on goal, but just not able to come up with a scoring drive at certain times, obviously hence the 0 on their side of the scoreboard, but the Tigers up 3-0 here as we see the Maroons come out aggressive at the start of the second half. They're going to have a shot on goal there. That's broken up by Munro. Now coming down the field for the Tigers, advances the ball to Jessley. Jessley kicks it back to Cara Munro. Munro up to Ramon Calderon, and the Maroons break that up. It's number 10, Caitlin Swartz. Inbounding this for the Tigers is Vanessa Ramon Calderon. And that's Naomi Gillette there for the Maroons. Passes it upfield to Ortiz, and then Ortiz finds Larison. Larison trying to chase that one down. Going to be out of play on the Maroons, and Munro tossing that one in for the Tigers. Right down below us now, they're battling for possession, and letting that one roll out of bounds is Leah Courtney for the Maroons. A nice header there from the Urbana Tigers' Allie Hinches. Claudia Larison throws that one in for the Maroons, and there we see Swartz. Swartz advances that up the field. Rebecca Owen breaking that up on the defensive side for the Tigers. And here we see Munro chasing that one down, as well as Ruiz. I believe this is going to be Tigers tossing this one in, and they do just that. They advance it up the field to Jessie Munka. That one taken away by Claudia Larison and then knocked out of play by Swartz. So some stifling defense right now as we see Ortiz playing by the Maroons. They're mainly on the offensive side of the ball. Ortiz cooks that midfield, broken up by Owen of the Urbana Tigers. Owen breaks up another one there. Some good defense here by Rebecca Owen, the senior for Urbana High School. Swartz advances that ball and gets an open Elaine Summers. Elaine Summers shot on the goal, and that one sails wide. 36:53 left to play here in the second half. The Tigers up 3-0 over the Champaign Central Maroons. We appreciate you watching this, whether it's on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/UPTV6, or perhaps you're watching it on cable. Urbana Public Television is available on Comcast Channels 6 and 1096, i3 Broadband Channel 6, and AT&T Uverse Channel 99. Jason Liggett here with you. Our camera operator for the evening is Joshua Clay. Here's Ortiz breaking that up. Munro now advances the ball for the Tigers. She kicks it over to Marino Duran. Duran back to Munro. Munro advances that ball up to Jessley. Jessley stops dead in her tracks, battling for that ball. Some good footwork there by Jessley. And Swartz knocks that one out of play, and it will be Tiger ball here. 35:46 left to play. Ramon Calderon tossing that one in for the Tigers. Broken up once again by Swartz. Over to Ortiz. Here's central ball here. Leah Courtney throwing that one in. And we have a whistle on the play. Going to be a kick from the Champaign Central Maroons. Taking that kick is Kitty Rosso. And that's going to result in another kick here from Rosso. Shot on the goal there by the Maroons, but broken up by the Urbana Tigers. There's Audrey Larson for the Maroons. Advances that ball. Now Urbana in possession. Kicking it down the field is Ruiz. Out of play on Ruiz. So Audrey Larson going to toss this one in for Central. It's Ella Caston over there. And gets it to Elaine Summers. Summers with some speed, but not able to do anything right there as Urbana defensively holds down the fort. And kicking that ahead is Jessley Munka. Munka, a senior for the Tigers. And she knocks over the defender, which I think is the result of that whistle right there. Going to be Champaign Central ball. Claudia Larison kicks it ahead. And chasing that one down for the Maroons is Storfstead. Storfstead with a shot on the goal. And a prime opportunity there for Bella Ortiz. And the Maroons get on the scoreboard here in the second half. So they shrink the Tigers' lead down to 2. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Bella Ortiz, the sophomore for the Maroons, scoring their first goal of the evening. There's Cara Munro. Kicks that one, and Bella Ortiz knocks it out of play. There's Ella Caston, number 3 for the Maroons, knocking over to Larison. Larison with a shot on the goal and scooped up by the Urbana goalkeeper. Here come the Tigers now. 32:05 left to play here in the second half. They're up by 2. It's a 3-1 ball game here at Blackman Field on the campus of Urbana High School. And a sunset to our right as the sun goes down. The lights have been on since the beginning of game time, even when they weren't needed, but starting to brighten up the field here now that we can see them in full effect with the sun going down and getting a little darker here. And we're going to have a corner kick here from the Champaign Central Maroons. Bella Ortiz over there for Central. Ortiz with the corner kick. Tigers looking to break that up. Doing a good job of it so far. And a big boot out there, and that's going to find number 30, Jessley Munka. And looks like it's still going to be Central ball here. Scooping it up and throwing it in is Leah Courtney. Leah trying to find Summers there. And a header out of play on Cara Munro. There's Swartz breaking up the ball there for the Tigers. Running it down is Swartz. Swartz comes up with it. And a big boot there from Jessley Munka. Muka advances the ball. And battling for it right now is Audrey Larson and the Urbana Tigers. We have a whistle right there and some subs coming in for Coach Dunlap. 4 Urbana players out and 4 Urbana players in as he gets some fresh legs with 30 minutes remaining here in the second half. The Tigers up by 2. It's a 3-1 game. Ortiz kicking at center field. That sails past Ella Caston. And now the Maroons advancing this ball deep into Tiger territory. Cara Munro breaks it up. And a big opportunity there by the Champaign Central Maroons. We saw a shot on goal from Kitty Rosso, and Urbana's goalkeeper diving on that one to come up with the save. The wind has died down here in the last 10 to 15 minutes or so, at least on top of the press box. I don't think it was ever too windy on the field, but once you get up here where we're at, you get a little breeze, even when it's not breezy. There's Leah Courtney kicking it over to Ortiz. That one out of play on Ortiz, and Munro going to toss it in for the Tigers. She tosses it in to America Moreno Duran. Central breaking it up and gets it out to Summers. Summers trying to advance that one, and they're going to see who's that out on, and it's going to be out on Summers, so Munro tossing that one in again for Urbana. Trying to get something going and broken it up and over to Summers. There's Summers, advances the ball to Larison. Larison kicks it over, but Rebecca Owen there and gets the big boot on it to knock it out of play, as coming up to that was Kitty Rosso, and that would have been dangerous for the Tigers, as would have given Central a pretty clean shot on the goal. Just one-on-one there. So going to go to Grayson Alexander as she looks to put this ball back into play for the Maroons. Toss it in the middle looking for Summers. Munro knocks that one right back out of play. Grayson Alexander saving it, but another whistle there, and it's going to be Central ball here. And here's Rosso tossing it in. That one rolling to the goalkeeper for the Urbana Tigers. And she's tossing it ahead, looking for America. America tried to block that one from Leah Courtney unsuccessfully, as Audrey Larson advancing the ball. Ella Caston for the Maroons has it now, and that one out on the Tigers. So Caston inbounding this and broken up by Urbana. Here come the Tigers at midfield now. Good job advancing it. Nice pass there. Caitlin Swartz swats that one away. Some back and forth possession action between the Urbana Tigers and the Central Maroons. 26:08 left to play here. The Tigers up by 2. 24-23 left to play here. And that one kicked up by Audrey Larson and out of play, so it's going to be Tigers' ball here. Well, no, excuse me. Larson's going to toss it back in once again and advances that one to Alexander, and they're over there on the sideline, so ball keep getting knocked out of play. Going to be Urbana ball here with just 24 minutes left and a 2-goal lead for the Tigers. It's 3-1. There's a battle going on between Rosso and Owen. Owen comes away with it. Alexander advancing that ball, chasing it down in the corner, see if she can get to it. She does. Good move there by Grayson Alexander. And the Tigers gain possession, and Tigers knock it out of play. So going to be Central ball over there. Oh, no, going to be Urbana ball. So must have gone off a Central player. I guess I spoke too soon. Ref's over there with a much better eye than I do over here. As Alexander advancing that ball, shot on the goal, scooped up by the Tigers. Goalkeeper gonna toss this one with 23 minutes remaining. She goes for the kick, does just that, and that goes sailing over the head of the Maroons and the Tigers. Coming up with that is number 11, Leah Courtney. There's Munro for the Tigers. Kicks that back to Courtney. Courtney with a big boot, and that's gonna go sailing out of play, and the Tigers are going to have possession here with Cara Munro. Sophomore Munro battling this game. Had a couple of key plays for the Tigers and very active. Here's America. Advancing that ball to Ruiz. Ruiz now gets it knocked away. Here comes America again, looking for something, and, excuse me, not America, that was number 20, Yazzarelli Badillo Acosta. Regardless, it's Central Maroons' possession here as the goalie has it. She kicks that one, midfield, to Ella Caston. Alexander battling over there, as is the Maroons' Elaine Summers. Munro kicks that one back upfield. Audrey Larson chasing that one down, and she's going to get it. Munro chasing that ball down for the Tigers. See if she can get to it before the Central defense shows up. Here's Ortiz. Ortiz kicking at midfield. She finds Kitty Rosso. Kitty Rosso over to the right side, broken up by Urbana. Alexander trying to chase that one down. Going to be out of play on the Tigers. So Rosso advancing that ball inbounds to Elaine Summers. Summers has got speed, but she slips and falls. We have a whistle there. So I think it's going to be Champaign Central's kick here, and Kitty Rosso out there to do just that. We'll see what the Maroons draw up here, see if they can get another score here. Still plenty of time for the Maroons to get back on top of this one. They trail by 2, and there was a shot across the goal, but no Maroon offensive players there to do anything with it. So 19:43 left. The Tigers up 3-1 here at Blackman Field on the campus of Urbana High School. Jason Liggett with you alongside our camera operator Joshua Clay. For more information on the Urbana high school athletics, all sorts of teams, not just the Urbana High School girls soccer team. You can visit their website, il.8to18.com/Urbana. Gonna be Maroons ball here as Leah Courtney looks to toss this one in. We have a sub coming in for Ortiz. Looks like it's number 34, Margaret Rogers. So Rogers in as Bella Ortiz takes a much-needed rest. And Rogers gets in the action right away as Leah Courtney tosses it to her. It's number 18 with a header for the Maroons. Goes over to Rogers and out of play there. Here's Munro for the Tigers. Tigers tossing it in. She finds America with the header. The Maroons with an opportunity downfield. Here's Kitty Rosso. Shot on the goal, scooped up by the Urbana Tigers. So the Maroons really making the Tigers work for this victory. Tigers up 3-1 right now. 17:30 left to play here in the second half. All three of the Tigers' goals coming in the first half. The Maroons' lone goal coming here in the second half. Here's Leah Courtney. Courtney kicks it over. That's broken up by America. Here comes America for the Tigers. She advances it upfield and broken up by Storfsed. Over to Gillette. Now chasing this one down. And it's going to be central ball. Here's Leah Courtney tossing it in to Rogers. Sweeney moving that ball forward for the Tigers. Here comes Urbana. This is some good field position here by the Tigers, probably their best of the second half. They cook it back to Munro, get set up offensively. Munro advances it to the midfield. They're looking for something there. It's busted up by a header. And a whistle right there. We see Vanessa Ramon Calderon hits the back of who I believe was Claudia Larison there for the Maroons. Champaign Central Maroons in white, the Urbana Tigers in black. 15:56 left to play. The Tigers lead by 2, 3-1 soccer game here in Urbana. There's Ramon Calderon for the Tigers. Ball gets behind her and broken up by the Maroons. Munro's going to find it for the Tigers. She kicks it over to Owen, and Owen lets it sail out of play. So over there for the Maroons is Storfsed. Catherine Storfsed tosses that in and finds Kitty Rosso. Here's Storfsed with the possession. She kicks it in midfield and finds Claudia Larison. Larison back to Storfsed. Storfsed now kicks it ahead to the goal, and a close play there as it's scooped up by the Urbana goalkeeper, but right there to knock that one in was number 15, Elaine Summers, and she's got plenty of speed and not afraid to use it, but the Maroons fail to get to the ball first on that possession. 14:39 left to play here. The Tigers up by 2. It's a 3-1 game. Shot on the goal and good. What a kick that was from the Champaign Central Maroons all the way down there in the corner. And scoring that one is number 2, Catherine Storfsed. So just a 1-point game now. It's 3-2. That one coming in the 25-minute, 31-second mark here in the second half. 14:29 remaining in this game, and the Tigers' lead shrinks to 1. It's a 3-2 soccer game now. And rumbles of the crowd there as this game just gets a little bit tighter. See what Urbana can do there, and some aggressive play from number 3, Allison Perez-Brasino. I think she was called for that, as it's going to be Maroon ball here. That one booted out of play by Vanessa Ramon Calderon. So 14:29, they haven't need to restart the clock here, and they haven't. And there we go. Refs pause the game there, make sure the clock gets started. It was stuck on 14:29 for a little bit of time there. It's Cara Munro for Urbana. And Urbana called for coming in with their cleats up there, as I hear the ref say, so not allowed to do that. And here come the Maroons. This is Naomi Gillette. Gillette advances that ball for the Maroons. Munro kicks that one high. Header opportunity here, and she does just that. Knocks it over to Rogers. Here's Munro again. That one blocked by the Maroons. Here comes the Maroons. Larison advances it to Kitty Rosso. Rosso chasing that one down. Who's going to get to it first? The Urbana goalkeeper dives on top of it. So that was a prime opportunity there for the Central Maroons to tie that one up. See what Urbana can do here. 12:32 left remaining. The Tigers clinging on to a 1-point lead, 3-2. The Tigers scored all 3 of their goals in the first half. The Maroons battling back here in the second half. They've scored 2. The Maroons with some fancy footwork there is Ella Caston. To midfield now. Tigers in possession, broken up by Caston. Here comes America. There's Munro slowing things down a little bit. Tigers advances the ball to America. And America Moreno Duran not able to catch up to that one. So it's going to be Central ball here. 11:45 remaining. Central down by 1. The sun has set and the lights are in full effect here. 10 minutes remaining here. Tigers still up by 1. Here comes a chance for the Tigers. Racing to get that one is America. She's gotten to it. See if she can get it back in the center of the field. She slips and falls. Taking it away from here is Leah Courtney. And ref reverses his decision there to where it's going to be central ball here with free kick. And kicking that one's Naomi Gillette. Gillette chasing that one down as Urbana fires right back. See if she can get to it before it sails out of play. She does not, but out of play on Urbana here. And a lot of talking from the Champaign Central players on the field. See if Urbana can answer back here. They're doing a nice job of communicating. Tigers would love an insurance goal here. Here's Rebecca Owen. She kicks it towards us and finds Munro. Munro advances it to Ruiz. That's number 8. That is Vanessa Ramon Calderon. Regardless, it's taken away by the Maroons. Maroons, Ella Caston, trying to get that one upfield to Elaine Summers. And going to be Champaign Central Maroons ball, and Coach Dunlap not happy about that. 8 minutes remaining here. Maroons with a chance. And Ortiz trying to chase that one down for Champaign Central. She does just that. She kicks it up, trying to find Rosso, but Urbana breaks that up. So going into halftime, the Tigers led 3-0, and now it's a 3-2 game, and momentum seems to be on the side of the Champaign Central Maroons. There's Gillette advancing the ball, broken up by the Tigers. There's Summers getting a little chippy there, and the Tigers knock that one out of play. Going to be Champaign Central Maroon ball. And an Urbana player is down there. Not too sure what happened, but got locked up with Summers. Not too sure who that is actually on the ground in the far corner from us. With exactly 7 minutes remaining here in the second half, the clock has stopped. The Tigers clinging to a 3-2 lead. Trainers coming on the field as Coach Dunlap working his way down there as well. And the Urbana player gets back up and on her own feet walking over to the bench, but the Maroons have the ball and control of this one. Urbana trying to break this up. This is a big possession right here. They're trying to advance it to Ortiz. The Maroons battling, broken up once again by the Tigers. Caitlin Swartz knocks that one down, advances it to Caston. Caston goes up the field. Rosso with an opportunity there. Urbana breaks it up. Here's Ortiz. Ortiz with a shot on the goal and scooped up by the Urbana goalkeeper. So this one going to come down to the wire. Central not giving up. 6 minutes remaining here. Urbana scores 3 goals in the first half, none in the second. Champaign Central Maroon, 2 goals so far here in the second. They didn't score any in the first. So certainly a tale of two halves when you're looking at goals scored. Maroons have been aggressive here in the second half. Tigers have been lax at times on defense, but they scoop up the ball right there with 5:37 remaining. She boots that one downfield and battling for the Tigers. A header hit there. That's America. America comes away with it. Swartz battling America. America with some nice footwork there. Some more nice footwork. Kicks it over to the Maroons, though. That's Claudia Larison. Here comes Larison and the Maroons. She kicks it to Ortiz. Ortiz back to Larison, and they kick it in the backfield. That's Leah Courtney. Courtney now battling with America of the Urbana Tigers. There's Swartz. Oh, and looks like we're going to definitely have a call there on the Tigers. That's number 10, Caitlin Swartz, gets caught up with the Urbana Tigers, and referee wants to have a talk with, I think that's Allison Perez-Bacino for the Tigers. And he's going to have both those players take a seat, and Coach Dunlap subbing someone else in as well. I noticed that Jessley Moonka back in the game for Urbana. And a yellow card goes toward Yetzirelli Badillo Acosta. She's going to go have a seat, and another sub comes in for Coach Dunlap. So 4:07 left here as the clock is stopped. They get it going once again. And Champaign Central looking to tie things up. Big whiff kick there by the Tigers, not able to come up with anything. There's Munro. Here's Courtney. And Courtney battling with Vanessa Ramon Calderon. Calderon knocks that one out of play. Jessley Moonco with a big hit there. Header opportunity by the Tigers. They missed that one. They're trying to get the ball under control. It's taken away by Grayson Alexander. That one out of play. Going to be Champaign Central ball here. 3:23 left to play. The clock continues to click here. 3-2. Urbana leads. Coming down to the final minutes as Central has been battling back this entire second half. They started the second half down 3-0. They've got 2 in this second half. Here's Elaine Summers. Elaine Summers surrounded by Urbana defenders. And a goal by the Champaign Central Maroons with 2:53 left here. And they're going to tie things up at 3 apiece. 2:51 now left on the clock. And you can hear that the Maroons traveled well over Wright Street as they applaud this. So 3 goals from Urbana in the first half. 3 goals from Champaign in the second half. We're knotted up at 3 apiece here with 2:51 remaining. It has been all Central Maroons here in this second half. See if the Urbanas can get something going. There's Leah Courtney tossing it in. America with the header hit for the Tigers. Back to Munro. Munro over to center field. That's from Rebecca Owen kicking it up. She finds Jessley Munka. And now Central takes over on the ball. That's Storfset over there. .147 left playing here. That's going to be out of play. America gets caught up on that one and goes out of bounds. So inbounding this for the Maroons is Leah Courtney. And that one bounces off of Elaine Summers. So now Munro inbounds it for the Tigers. The Maroons in possession here. And Ortiz knocks that one out of play. There's the Tigers over to America. Good defense right there by Claudia Larison. Tries to advance it to Grayson Alexander. The Tigers come away with it. Taken back away by Audrey Larson. Here comes Larson and the Maroons. Advances that upfield. Trying to chase that down is Storfset, but it goes out of play. Going to be Urbana ball as we're under a minute left to play here. It's a 3-3 game here as the Maroons finally get their point on the board. It's a little bit of delay there on the scoreboard operator, but it's been a 3-3 game here for the last 3 minutes. All knotted up as we've just got 30 seconds left to play. Here's Ortiz trying to get something going for the Maroons. The Tigers answer right back. Maroons side of things. Good opportunity here for the Maroons. And just misses that one is Grayson. And now here's Kitty Rosso. Rosso kicks it over to the far side, trying to go back to the middle with it, and the Tigers defense comes away with that with just 11 seconds left. Advances that ball. And that's the final horn of the game here. So the Urbana Tigers score first and score 3 goals first. We ended the first half 3-0 in the favor of the Tigers. Midway through the second half, it was 3-1 as the Maroons battled back just to score 1, and then with just under 3 minutes remaining, they scored their 3rd goal of the second half to make it a 3-3 tie. So the Tigers are going to look back at this one and say what could have been, what should have been, but not able to complete the game, and ends in a 3-3 tie. What a great effort and a gutsy effort by the Champaign Central Maroons. They look like they just took over that second half, and the Tigers were unable to come up with an answer. But it is a tie, certainly not a loss for either team. So this one's going to end 3-3. For our camera operator, Joshua Clay, I'm Jason Liggett. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Tigers Media Network.